Hey everyone, welcome back to CodeFlow. In today's video, we're going to learn how to create prefabs and generate random obstacles for our game. Let's get started. In the last video, we set up our ball to move forward automatically, like an infinite runner, and added controls for side-to-side movement. However, there's still a lot of empty space in the upper area of our game. Let's adjust our Cinemachine camera to fix this. First, we'll change the x-axis rotation to around 31 degrees. Then, in the follow offset settings, set the y value to about 3.4 and the z value to around -6. This adjustment improves our game view. Be sure to experiment with these values to get the best results. Next, let's clean up our scene by deleting the cubes we used previously to test distance as the player moved forward. Instead, we'll set up random obstacle generation along the player's path. We'll start by creating a new cube, positioning it at the center, and renaming it Obstacle. Duplicate the player's material, change the color, and apply it to the obstacle for a distinct look. To generate obstacles as the player moves, we need to instantiate the obstacle after the player has traveled a certain distance. Let's create a new script called Obstacle Generator. Then, create an empty game object named Obstacle Manager and attach the Obstacle Generator script to it. Before we continue, we need to make our obstacle into a prefab. Prefabs allow us to store and reuse game objects with their components, properties, and configurations intact. In the Assets folder, create a prefab folder, then drag the obstacle into it to create the prefab. You can delete the obstacle from the hierarchy once it's saved as a prefab. One quick tip, consider adding a rigid body to the obstacle if you want to add physics interactions later. Now, let's open the Obstacle Generator script. To generate obstacles, we'll need a reference to the prefab as well as the player's transform to track its position. We'll also define a spawn position and the distance between each obstacle. In the update method, we'll calculate the distance between the player and the next spawn position. For this, we'll use the vector3.distance method with the player's position and the spawn position. Next, we'll determine how far ahead of the player to spawn obstacles. Let's create a horizon distance variable and set it to 100 for now. Now in Update, we'll check if the player is within the horizon distance. If so, we'll generate an obstacle. So if the distance is less than horizon distance, then we will generate the obstacle. To calculate the spawn position, set the x value randomly between -3 and 3 within the clamped area where the player can move laterally. Position y just above the ground. Set z as the current spawn position's z value plus the distance between obstacles. Finally, we'll use instantiate to spawn the obstacle at the calculated position with the same rotation as the prefab. Don't forget to add obstacle prefab and the player transform in our obstacle manager. Now, let's hit play. You'll see cubes generating as we move forward, making the game more dynamic and challenging. Awesome! I hope this tutorial was helpful and that you're getting the hang of generating obstacles in Unity. If you have any questions or run into issues, feel free to drop a comment below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more Unity tutorials. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.